Good morning. So we recently had our second meeting of our 100-day challenge club, and as I've discussed in the past, I'm going to be shooting some videos to give you some more information on what we talked about there and didn't really get to. We had a great time with the group. I gave my seminar and I gave them so much information that we really couldn't get to everything. So I wanted to, again, shoot some videos, give you guys some more stuff. So one thing that we got a lot of questions on, and Scott noticed, was what would be called my monkey shoes. So there's lots of questions on footwear, and as a physical therapist, I see people with foot and ankle problems for lots of different reasons. But I actually see a higher percentage of foot and ankle issues because I have relationships with podiatrists and we work on patients together. I also think the foot is pretty fascinating. There's just a lot that goes on there that affects your overall life and your ability to walk around. So I have a particular interest in foot and ankle. And along with that, I have a particular interest in footwear. So for you guys that were at the seminar, you saw it, but you guys don't really see my feet on these videos. So to work every day at my physical therapy practice, I wear these shoes. So if you can see them, there's little individual openings for each of your toes. And most people that see them, the number one thing that my patients call them are monkey shoes, so I went with that. But they're actually called Vibram 5-finger shoes. And there is a reason that they have the 5 fingers, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that today and just discuss a little bit about the foot and ankle. So I don't just wear these shoes to attract attention, although it does. There's a functional reason for that. So we're going to talk a little bit that we talked about the 100-day challenge club is the human development and evolution. So I'm pretty big into that. And if we think about it in that context, humans have been walking around in lots of different forms for a few 100,000 years. So we've been walking upright and on our feet for hundreds of thousands of years. Only for that last tiny little bit of time have we really started to wear shoes, and then over the past 50 years have we really gotten running shoes and all sorts of different footwear that we have on our feet. So if you take a look at your shoe, it is not shaped like your foot, okay? You can find lots of pictures online about that. So obviously these shoes right here are designed to mimic barefoot walking, okay? That's really the idea of having the individual holes for your toes. So if you're wearing a shoe right now, go down and take a look at it, and if you look at your foot, like when you take off your shoe off the other foot, the size and shape of that shoe is not the size and shape of your foot. So it doesn't make sense that we're wearing these shoes. What I like to, relate it to my patients to have them think about it is, well, if I had you from when you were really small, like when you started wearing shoes, if I just had you wear really hard mittens on your hands for your entire life, how well do you think your hands would work? Do you think you'd be able to write? Do you think you'd be able to do anything, with fine motor control with your hands? Probably not. You're doing the same thing to your feet when you put them in a shoe and just keep them there all day long. So that seems to make sense to most people. Your toes should move around a little bit, and in these shoes, my toes can move around. So I wear these to work pretty much every day. I don't wear them all the time. I try and get barefoot when I can, but I don't exercise in them. Some people will run in them. I really caution against that. You have to change the way that you run if you are going to wear these shoes. Otherwise, you'll get stress fractures in your heels. But it just changed. And that's really a whole other video that we could kind of get into about running and running these shoes. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I'm happy to discuss that. Just email me. Another reason why I really like them and I feel good about wearing them is that we did our own research study on them in our office and actually found in a really small group that people that had what was called a flexible flat foot, or like flat feet, your feet are on the ground, just by wearing these shoes, they were able to improve that, which is pretty remarkable because I've tried lots of different things to improve flat feet, but getting into bare feet and using shoes like this is one of the most productive ways that I've been able to get that out of my patients. Also, I had plantar fasciitis, which is just an irritation in the bottom of your heel. I would wear dress shoes to work and stand all day, and they were really bothering me. And since I started wearing these, I've had zero problems with that, and it's probably been getting close to 10 years that I've been wearing these. So That was a little bit on my monkey shoes or the Vibram 5-finger shoes. You guys can get them pretty much online, but they're not for everybody. So if you have questions about it, again, please feel free to contact me. Or if you know anyone that'd be interested in information like this, just pass this along to them and give them a little more information about footwear, and just overall get out of your shoes, get a little bit more in a barefoot position is my recommendation.